All right, so I'm trying to finish up this Canyon City one to show you guys the impossible of this. And yes, it is a word. So I want to take you guys back to where I got the information from. It is from one of the trusted, noble historians of our generations. And they're saying that this is Canyon City before 1874, which is true because they haven't even built the prison yet. And I'm going to show you where the prison goes. And so that's what I'm going to cover today, is to show you the markers in time and to show you what is being presented to you with the photographs through history and what you've been told by the lies. So that means, unfortunately, we got to actually go back into understanding and reading history so we know. I also want you guys to understand that there's a lot of hidden passages underneath Canyon City and most cities in Colorado. That's what a lot of people don't understand, is when did they get time to dig all of this out and then lay a city on top of it. Okay, so there's a lot of rumors what goes around what the original tunnels were constructed for, but it says basically in the 19th century served various purposes. So it doesn't really say when they're installed, it just says that in the 19th century that they were used a lot. The old tunnels have become subject to numerous and local legends and stories, aiding an air of mystery on their existence. Some tales speak of hidden treasure within the depths of the tunnels, while others recount daring escapes and secret passages used by outlaws. Okay, so this is what I'm trying to tell you, that history, what they're giving you for is folklore. Folklore, it is full of shit. And if you come with me, you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, before we really dive down into that rabbit hole, let's do a recount. So we're going to tell history by the trees that are available, because it takes about 40 years for a tree to grow on average. And that's just anywhere. And especially because we're in the higher elevation, it takes a little bit longer, but we'll give that fudge factor to them. So these buildings, and let me draw them out for you like I showed you in the last one. Buildings like this and buildings probably like this and this are the original, homesteads. And then, small little places like this were probably just the little stores. And then as you can see, the building's going to be built up. And the prison's going to go in basically right here. And so there are so many markers in time to show that this is absolutely a falsehood of history, at least what they've been trying to spin to us. Now, so I'm going to go through it, and let's start on this. We'll finish up the drawing. Fremont history. So this flower house is very important. They had one burned down in 1884 and they rebuilt it basically in 86. Very important who these people are and where they came from. Another one, if you go into my Colorado, this is everything that I have, all the links where I got all the information, how I was able to put the history together and piece it. And this one will take you into the pictures that I'm about to show you. And just so you guys know that this is just a drive account that I use for this demonstration to show that everyone, there's nothing in the drive that's harmful to computers. And unfortunately, because so many people are vicious, we just really don't know. Okay, so this is a shared drive that I use. Like I said, this isn't from this account. I have two other accounts where I've had to load all this history, and there's a lot of information here. So each one of these has over, basically 50 gigabytes of information, and it's all in photographs. So you can imagine how much stuff is in there. Okay, so like I said, they were shared with this drive so you guys can see it, the history, and now we're going to go into the deep side of Canyon City, and we're going to see some really, really weird history irregularities. All right, so let's start off with the bullshit story. And Canyon City had its first influx of settlers in 1858 during the Pikes Peak Gold Rush. I've kind of found out that was like a phenomenon. So everybody rushed into these areas, and it really didn't pan out for a lot of people. Their true mining took years to do and set up all these mines, and I'm going to show you what that's like, just so we're kind of clear on that, so we have an education in common sense and knowing what it's actually really entails of doing the work and not fairy tale land where, most little liberals think that shit just magically happens. So let's look at this one again. We're going over what looks to be some kind of a mountain pass, and you can see how rocky it is, and you're going over it with a horse and trailer. So now you're four-wheeling with horse and trailer. So hopefully the brakes are good on it. If not, you're going to make some fucking hamburger out of those horses. Okay, so how important was history to these people? Well, they took pictures of everything, even laying a cornerstone. So that means there's a lot more history being hidden from us. And when you start to see it and you look, because all of these photographs should be available for everybody to see, especially in American history. Now, if you want to make money off of it, then you have to pay your rights. But if you're just using it for information, this is our history. This isn't, why are we, I mean, honestly, why are you taxing people to learn their history? And that's basically what you're doing. Okay, let's continue on after I'm done with my little bitch. Brick places. You have to understand that there's no place around to buy bricks except for them making them in the first go around. So here, this is supposed to be close to Canyon City. You can see all the ovens, what they're using to make brick. And it's a pretty large setup, it looks like. Okay, this is a photograph of a drawing of Canyon City, what it actually looked like. And if you do go into it, I kind of did, and I don't want you guys to miss out if you see it. It's just basically a kind of layout of the town. You can see the prison over here in the corner. You can see the school that they built and the early settlements of Canyon City. Colorado College and Military Institute, they built that. I believe that is back over here. Okay, so now that we've kind of gone through that, just so you guys can really look at it. And that's the thing, before they had photographs, you used to draw everything. But then we got the photograph. And so I'm kind of wondering when the camera was actually made. I think it was made earlier in time, and I think that they've lied about that history. But that's for you to decide. I'm here to point the evidence and to prove that there's no way they could have did what they did in the time frame. Okay, so superintendents of the road, road crew. These guys are the ones that are building the roads. Yeah, I'm not feeling very warm and fuzzy about this. I'm just letting you know. I mean, I got a couple of guys, jackasses, standing in suits, having a picnic around a waterfall. You know, this is what they'd call a bullpen if you're in construction, because they'd be like, what? Oh, man, I'm telling you, reality and what they've told us and how people have believed this is absolutely breathtaking to me. I definitely have to say that. Now that I know it, I can't not share it because it is vital to our history of the world. And if you can't see that, I don't know how you could be a patriot to your country, because patriotism means land, and this is our land. Okay, another one, supervisors of the road building crew. I'm still, once again, I'm not feeling very warm and fuzzy about it. Looks like they're on a camping trip for the weekend of guys. Look, he even brought his dog with them to hang out. And you could see in the back a wagon. So like I said, you know, four-wheeling with the wagon, some horses, and better be careful. Oh, no. No. This one, they're building the construction road crew by Canyon City. This is where they're using inmate labor, okay? I'm giving you an idea of what it entailed for these guys to build roads, all right? Check this out. I mean, you got a couple of guys with shovels and wheelbarrows, you know, hucking this pile of dirt. I mean, seriously, how long? And then check out this janky-ass shit where they're actually rolling up. OSHA would have a heyday with that shit. But that's what I'm trying to tell you guys, reality of what actually transpired in the time frame and what the bullshit story they've told us. Because I'm telling you, they couldn't have built what they did in the time frame. All right, another illustration of manual labor. You know, that's why they like immigrants. Manual labor. All right, let's continue going on before I create a hate race war. So, like I said, you look at the earlier architects of this, and you look at the photographs, like certain periods of times. And if you come up here, like these buildings were made with the names of the people that built them. And this little like slash mark, whatever you want to call it, on top of these windows, you can start to find this architect all over Colorado cities. So you start putting this together and you see an architect. So the one question I have to ask is, let's go back. Let's see, where was that? Oh yeah, it's this one over here. All right, let's put this together so you guys start to comprehend this. The only way in to Canyon City basically was coming in from Pueblo and Florence. The only other way was coming over the east of the Rockies, coming into this. And that's just it. There's no way. So you'd have to bring materials or use what's available. And I can tell you right now from even this picture, there's not a lot of trees in Colorado. Not ones that you can use for buildings. I mean, you can make some little rinky-dink shacks like this. And, you know, a little. But the other one I also want to point out in this picture, I mean, where are all the fucking outhouses? I mean, that one looks like it has an outhouse. There might be an outhouse out here. I mean, God forbid you actually had to go take a shit in the middle of winter out here. Jeez. Fucking acid freeze to the toilet seat. Fucking get wood splinters. Okay, so let's look at Colorado history. Let's Colorado lies. There's so many things. I just can't even try to help you guys understand the comprehension of this. Like I said, without a brick plant, you're not getting anything into Salida. Nothing. Or not Salida, I'm sorry. I keep wanting to call it Salida. Probably I've done this because I'm so focused on trying to really figure out a way to show you guys time and history. And like I said, trees are going to be number one growth. So let me show you a picture of what I'm talking about with tree growth. If we go back into shared files, I'm going to Colorado State because this is the one where I have most of the cities at. The other one does have it, but this one is the more new, up-to-date one. I wish I could combine it all too because there's a lot of research into all of this. So if you come into here, we can go into earlier times of Canyon City. No, where are we at? Earlier pictures of Canyon City. I took some side-by-sides and used as time change. And I haven't gone through and cleaned them out here, but this is just one of many. The difference in time and how long time has passed from this point. So that's where I'm going to leave this video and then clip it into the next one and show you guys, start going through these pictures so that way you really understand what time has passed. Because there's no way they could have built what they did. And also I'm going to show you where DOC does its normal job of embezzling money from its taxpayers. Just like all of these places have lied and stole the money from America's wealth. And when you understand that, you're going to be pissed.